Hello, this is day 10 of the Ireland, England trip. Full day in Portsmouth. First we ate breakfast first, and then we went ahead and went down to the docks. Went into the place where they have all the ships and whatnot, the naval yard. And first off, we went to the Mary Rose Museum, and it had a lot of really cool stuff. It had a whole bunch of not replicas, were relics, artifacts from the actual wreckage of the Mary Rose, which I thought was really cool. They had a ton of skeletons, ton of skulls, so they were able to reconstruct those and put a face to them. And being a fan of forensic science, I love that kind of stuff. So that was really cool to see that. The fact that they had almost a full skeleton that had a full body wax reconstruction of the guy, that was awesome. I thought that was really cool. So they also had different artifacts from the ship, like cannons, cannonballs, some of the bows, some of the weapons, some of the cooking supplies, and some of the medical supplies. So I thought that was really neat. The most interesting part, though, was the fact that they had, a partially intact ship that they hauled up from the ground. The fact that there's pieces of wood that are that old from that era, like the 1500s, that's really flippin' cool. And they had it on display, and the only area where you actually are in the same room as the ship is when you're on the top floor, because it kind of goes in a loop kind of thing. It's kind of like a loop. You have your walkways are pretty much like this, because the ship's here, then you have walkways all around it, like that. But then the top floor on the wide part, that's the only place where you're actually in the same room as the ship wreckage, because they have to keep it at a certain temperature. So when you go in, you have two sets of doors. So you have to open one, go in the little corridor, wait for that door to close, and then you can open the next one, because they need to keep it at a really steady temperature, steady humidity, just to preserve it. The fact that they have it preserved so well, too, is actually really cool, because it'll last a couple hundred more years with the way they preserved it with the wax and the drying. So that's really neat. But when near the place where they have the bows, like the old bows that you string and have to pull back, oddly enough, the 80-pound one was easier for me to pull than the 40-pound one. I don't know why. But yeah, that one was easier for me to pull for some reason. But where that is, they had different artifacts. They had some reconstructions, but they also had some pieces of wood that were from the Mary Rose itself. One of them they had preserved with the wax, and another one they hadn't preserved at all. So it was just the original wood, just dried out. And so, whoa, camera, focus. Thank you. So they actually had two pieces of wood that were from the ship, and you could hold them. So I held two different pieces of the Mary Rose today, which I thought was really cool. And then I got a little dog plushie. I think I have it. This little guy. He's supposed to be a, pretty much motorcycle, sorry. He's supposed to be a little plush replica of the dog that was on the Mary Rose. And this one had the cutest face. You have to find in my eyes, you have to find the stuffed animal with the cutest face. That's the one you have to get. But after that, we went inside the HMS Victory, which was an 1800s ship, like 1805. That thing is hard to get through. Like, you have to duck because it's got some really low spots. So that's kind of annoying. Like, just imagine, like, they said the captain was like 5'10", and the carpenter was like 6'10". So just like on the lower decks, you only have like maybe 5 feet of clearance. So you can just imagine how bad that carpenter's back was. I mean, my back was kind of screwing up because I had my bag on my back and I was bent over trying to duck underneath stuff. So I can just imagine how hard they had it. But it was really cool. A lot of the ship is still intact. They just, they had to reinforce some of it. They had to put some new wood in some areas, but a lot of it's still intact. It's really cool. The only thing that they're doing that's different than how it would normally be is that they've got a thing that, it's pretty much a whole bunch of steel holding up the ship just because they don't want to put it back in the water. Otherwise, it'll make it like the bow decay, like the support of the ship like bow out a lot faster. Like the tour guide we were following, we didn't actually have a tour guide. We were just kind of following this guy around who was the tour guide. He said quite literally, if they put her back in the water, the ship would be like an old lady and the hips would sag. That's literally what they said. That the ship would start sagging. The hips would start sagging, and they don't want that. It screws up the integrity of the ship itself. So they're like, nope, we're putting a support system on it. So after that, we went back to the Licorice for lunch. I had a chicken wrap. It was pretty good. Fries could use a little salt, but everything could use a little salt here. And we went pretty much down to the beach. We went to Old Portsmouth. At least I went to a section of it. And then we walked in a little bit north through like a carnival amusement park kind of area. I don't think it was actually the carnival though. But we sadly did not go on the hovercraft because it was way too expensive for all of us to go. So we went back. We stopped at this cathedral that actually got hit by a bomb during a conflict. I don't remember which one it was. But, like, the roof had blown out, and they actually put up a wall. They put up a wall to keep one part of the cathedral from caving in. And what they're doing, they're restoring it. So they're going to put a new roof on. Then once that's done, once the integrity of the building is back intact, they'll take that wall down and it'll be one big cathedral again. So that'll be cool to see if they finish that up. They said it'll be within the next few months, so I might check the news in a few months to see if it's done. But yeah, after that, a lot of us went back to the hotel to relax for a little bit. And then not all of us, most of us went to Seven Bone again. I got the hot dog and the chili fries. I had to peel the skin off the hot dog. I'm so picky. I will admit I'm picky. But a lot of it has to do with my texture gag reflex thing. So I peeled the skin off the hot dog, which I'm not ashamed of because it made it a heck of a lot easier to chew. And I didn't risk making myself gag. But it was good. I didn't finish it because their portion sizes are huge, so I just kind of, I missed. I really would have liked to finish it because it was so good, but I was like, nah, I'm not going to make myself sick. So then we came back to we went to Sprinkles. I met a new friend there. She's a Brit. Today's her 19th birthday. Happy birthday, Teo. That's how she says she pronounces her name. At least on Facebook, it's in the little parentheses like Teo. So I'm like, okay, her name's Teo. But yeah, we have a lot in common. We both like Zelda. We love Attack on Titan. We love the book series Warriors about the cats who live in the forest. I loved that series as a kid, and she loves it too. And yeah, we love Zelda, we love Attack on Titan, we love Marvel. We had a lot of stuff in common, so that was really cool. But yeah, after that, I got an a gelato cone, and now we're back at the hotel. We leave for Stonehenge, Salisbury, and Swindon tomorrow. So I can't wait to see Stonehenge. I'm excited for that. Oh, it just... Yeah, if you noticed, I'm covering my neck because I have a giant zit on my neck. And it hurts. But, yeah, that does it for this vlog. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.